Joining me now is Newsweek opinion editor Batya Ungar-Sargon. Batya, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Let's start with illegal crossings because there were less than 600 recorded at the southern border on Sunday, a dramatic plummet from the thousands regularly encountered at the height of the Biden administration's border crisis. Batya, how significant is this? As I said, at its peak, more than 6,000 people were sometimes encountered at the southern border. How big of a testament is this to Donald Trump?
Thank you so much for having me. It's always so great to be here with you. This is a huge deal. This is why Donald Trump was elected. This is his mandate. This was the immigration election because for working class people, who are the people who gave Donald Trump his victory, immigration is an economic proposition. When you flood the country and you flood the marketplace with millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants, those people end up competing for jobs with Americans and driving down the wages in working class industries. Step one to getting working class people higher wages is controlling the supply of labor. And that is really what Donald Trump is doing. Promises made, promises kept. It's clear that the cartels who traffic these humans into America know that there is a new sheriff in town and that he's very, very serious about what he's doing. And he's taken on a multi-pronged approach. They've started the mass deportations of people here illegally, including many criminals. He has also empowered ICE agents to actually do their jobs protecting the homeland. And then he has empowered the Border Patrol by designating these cartels as terrorist groups. And so, in all of these ways, Donald Trump is not just supporting the American people, not just doing what the American people sent him to do, but he's supporting the working class men and women in going out there and doing these very difficult and very dangerous jobs. And let me tell you, Danica, this is really unifying. You have the mainstream media out there wailing about the rights of these people. Well, first of all, illegal immigrants do not have constitutional rights. You have people like Selena Gomez weeping about the removal of murderers and rapists from this country. But you take those elites out of it, and Americans are breathing a sigh of relief, and that's whether they're Democrats or Republicans. This is a very unifying issue. And if the Democrats don't figure out how to talk about immigration in a way that is respectful to the American people, it's going to be very hard for them to come back from this.
Absolutely. And this was a key election mandate, as we know, and Donald Trump is delivering already a week in office. I think it's from afar, it is wonderful to see a leader who is just getting down to business. It's terrific. Now, let's talk about the new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, who really appeared to nail her first performance at her first press conference. Have a look at this.
Of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
Batya, what a star. She was prepared. She was ready to go. Is this a taste of what press briefings will be like from now on? No nonsense and straight to the point.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the pride with which she delivered the administration's position to a room full of progressive journalists who are, clutching their pearls at this is what you're going to see again and again from the administration. I think in his first term, Donald Trump really struggled to understand how to speak to the American people when you had the media in the way, lying about him constantly, putting their values ahead of those of the American people. And not so this time around. He has figured it out. He has come in like an assassin. He knows exactly what to do, exactly who the right people for the job are to get it done. You look at Tom Homan. He's just like Karoline Leavitt, a happy warrior out there, proud of the job that he has been given to do to protect the homeland and protect the American people. And I don't know if you were following this, but over the weekend, the president of Colombia refused to allow the repatriation of a plane full of Colombian criminals who Donald Trump was sending home. And immediately, Trump, who was, by the way, golfing at the time, hopped on Truth Social and said, that's it. Sanctions, tariffs. We're not putting up with this. And within 45 minutes, the president of Colombia was offering his presidential plane to bring those criminals home to Colombia. We are not messing around anymore. And as an American, I can't tell you how amazing it feels to have a president who is doing exactly what we elected him to do. This is what democracy looks like. And all those lefties were trying to convince us he was a threat to democracy. It is the exact opposite. We are getting what we voted for, and it feels amazing.
Oh, I must say, I'm quite jealous. It's just nice to see that there is a good leader in this world. And I think you raised such a good point. He's got an incredible team around him. He's just picked the right people for the job. And I think it's a testament to his strong businessman assets. So I think it's absolutely terrific to see. Now, Batya, we finally have an update on those mysterious drones which had been flying around New Jersey. Here we go.
I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
Batya, at least we know that they weren't foreign, but does it still raise questions? What research is this for? It feels like the mystery is almost deepened.
It's amazing because I remember the moment that I knew that this was not a danger. It was because Donald Trump, at the time, not the president, just a person running for president, got up there and said, that he basically did not think it was a foreign threat, and it was clear that he had been briefed. I think most of these were planes, and a lot of the footage, it looks like drones, but if you look at it a little bit longer, you can tell that they're actually planes. So I do think there was a bit of a sort of moral panic here. But certainly people just feel a lot safer in general knowing that Donald Trump is in charge. And so I think people's sort of willingness to feel like we're under threat is a little bit lower now because things seem a little bit calmer overall globally, thanks to the leadership here at home.